It's not just the answers, not just the quotes. It's life in the margins. It's time for CluffsNotes. Hi, and welcome to CluffsNotes. This is episode 17, and I want to tell you a story from a flight that I took a few years ago. I was sitting next to this guy, friendly, open. We just started talking, and one of the questions I like to ask people, even today, is, where are you expressing creativity in your life? And I don't mean that in some narrow, are you an artist kind of way. I mean, what lights you up? What's something that matters to you? And I usually give examples like Michael, my husband, he loves cooking or gardening as his way of getting creative. Others, it's maybe relationships and woodworking or planning things. It, doesn't have to always be painting or music. We all need to be expressing creativity. At least I believe that as humans, we all need to be tapping into that creative part. So this man I'm sitting next to, as I ask him, he lets his guard down, which of course I love when people get to that place, and he says, I love writing poetry. And his whole face lit up, like his voice softened, his eyes brightened, he just came alive. So of course I leaned in. I love that when I see somebody getting that way, and I'm like, tell me more. Where did you start? What kind of poetry? Like, do you still write? And it was such a fun ride and a wave of excitement for him to talk about, and I loved hearing it. I asked how it shows up in his world now. And he says, well, I don't do it a lot because my kids are young, so I usually wait till they're asleep. I said, I love that you are being a present dad, because that's beautiful. I said, I also want you to think about something. I didn't grow up around people who got excited about things creative, not with music, art. I would see some people being creative, but I never got to really be around that passion. I wish I'd seen people light up the way that I see you lighting up here on the plane when you're talking about poetry. I said, and here's something I'm trying to be better at as I grow older. My motto in my life is to do unto others what I wish I had done for me. And even though I, as a grandson, didn't get to see a lot of that type of creativity, I am making sure my grandkids can see it, so that they can be inspired. Even if they don't tap into whatever it is that I'm doing, I just want them to see that joy that comes from creating and learning. Maybe your kids don't need to see it all the time, but can I encourage you to let them see what I got to see? Let them see their dad excited about this so that you can talk about it. When you write, that's a powerful example for them. They can find things that they are passionate about or be creative. Here's my nudge. Are there things that are bringing you joy quietly, or maybe even secretly, that maybe it would be good for others to see you excited about? Not to impress them and not to perform, but just to give them permission. Seeing someone else's joy can be deeply inspiring. Another reel for the shelf.